A fallen star thrown into the fire to keep the gossip flames burning? Or did Diddy play a role in her addiction? I hope y'all are seated because this is hella messy. Okay, for those who recall, Maia landed her first role in the film playing Liscussin in Poetic Justice. Then she went on to star in other 90s hits, including Thea South Central, Beverly Hills 90210, and so on. But we all know that her most standout role was alongside Debbie Allen and LL Cool J in the House. Basically, in a time when black sitcoms were thriving, Maia stood out as one of the brightest young stars, the kind of actress who had Hollywood buzzing about a long, successful career ahead. Plus, she wasn't just talented, she was also drop-dead-ad gorge. And if you ask me, it's really sad that we never got to experience more of her star power. Honey, the problem was that her career was later overshadowed by a personal struggle with mental health, addiction, and legal troubles. For instance, in 1998, while still on In the House, Maia Campbell was diagnosed with bipolar disorder following a notable incident on set. In addition, after the birth of her daughter in 2000, she stopped taking her psychiatric medication, and this led to serious consequences, including the loss of custody and increased substance use. Then, in the 2000s, she faced several arrests for alleged car theft, drug possession, and selling her body. Well, for those who are wondering, yes, her family tried to help her, and her stepdad even released a statement in 2009 saying, "As a family, we have been struggling with Maia and her illness for quite some time. We continue to hold fast to our faith and hope that someday she will realize that healing will begin when she decides to reach out and accept the help and treatment that have been offered to her." Maia's mother, B.B. Moore Campbell, even wrote a book about these struggles titled 72 Hour. And even though she revealed that this was a fiction story, it was about a mother dealing with her daughter who had bipolar disorder. And the daughter did not want to undergo any sort of treatment. The book actually reflected a lot of what Maia had gone through, from being diagnosed with manic or depressive disorder as a teenager to refusing to take any prescribed medication intended for her. Among these were psychotic drugs and mood stabilizers. And instead of taking the prescribed medication, Maia resorted to the use of alcohol and even added weed and other substances and got hooked. Allegedly, the situation became so bad that in 2010, after Maia was arrested for theft, she was sent to a mandatory mental health facility in California. Well, she later voluntarily lived at a residential treatment center in hopes of transitioning to living on her own, and she actually did well for a while. In fact, in 2012, Maia appeared on Ion Fix My Life with her stepfather, daughter, and ex-husband, who all said they were willing to help her. And she appeared to want to get better and had very touching moments with her loved ones. By the end of that sit-down with Ayanla, it really looked like Maia would really do better. And she actually said that even though there was a lot of pain in her story, she was willing to work through things and be better, especially for the sake of her daughter. And she even made a speech confronting her shameful past head-on. Unfortunately, she relapsed again. And in 2015, she was arrested when she lost her cool in a Burger King restaurant in Atlanta. She allegedly cussed out a family, accused a child of stealing her wallet, and called the arresting officer some very nasty things. In that same year, she was also arrested for disorderly conduct at a Riverdale, Georgia Waffle House. And according to people who witnessed the arrest, Maia was allegedly drunk and ended up in handcuffs after refusing to leave the restaurant willingly. 2 years later, in 2017, there was also a video that went viral where Maia was literally begging for a fix. In the video, she wasn't wearing a bra and underwear, while she could be heard saying she wanted some crack and telling a story about an experience she had with a Persian stripper. And you know something surprising that was specifically said, that Bill Cosby took advantage of her, 'cause that's what I mean. Like he was unhuman. That's crazy. Wait, why do you like that? He said he's Bill Cosby. Like, he said he was Bill Cosby. Yeah. He said he was Bill Cosby. He was all like, he said he was Bill Cosby. This is my real hair and ain't got real. Yeah. Ain't got no real hair. Show them your real heart. Yeah. You ain't got big titties. Yeah, bounce that ass. Now, whether that was the talking or a painful truth slipping out, it shocked people because it hinted that Maia may have gone through far darker things in Hollywood than the public ever realized. And if Maia could openly hint about being harmed by one powerful figure, could it really be far-fetched to believe she might have been around the kind of wild, anything-goes parties Diddy rumored to have thrown? I mean, some say her name was floated when talk of those infamous Diddy tapes started swirling, suggesting she might have been in those sesame circles, not because she wanted Toby, but because Hollywood has a way of swallowing young stars whole. Now, as far as I could tell, there was never any real connection between Maia Campbell and Diddy, at least not in any documented way. Maia came up in Hollywood as the girl next door on In the House alongside LL Cool J, while Diddy was building an empire with Bad Boy Records. Their lanes never officially crossed, and none of her arrests, viral videos, or rehab stints were ever linked to him in the mainstream press. I mean, on paper, the two were worlds apart, but allegedly some sites claimed that during her struggles with addiction, Maia may have been around the kind of chaotic late-night scenes Diddy's name gets attached to. No footage ever surfaced, and no credible outlet has confirmed it. But that hasn't stopped online forums and gossip threads from running with the narrative. Based on what I've heard, in the tapes that were being shopped in the black market, Maia was there, allegedly. Any wahoo in 2020, Maia was pretty much the same. And that was clear when once, again, a video of her went viral where she was asking for cash. I think I got $1 or $2 or something like that. That'll be okay. Yes, ma'am, I appreciate that. All coming down. So now I know. Yeah, 'cause we were just out. Here, California. I know. Rest in California. You from California? No. Most did arrest in 5 seconds. Huh? Y'all stay down. You got $1 more for some kids. I got hair. I got $80 worth of hair for anybody that's talented and wants to learn and wants to give and wants to be a gift, wants to stabilize, wants to keep afloat. I mean, you know, it's like 'em. It's all white man trying to see everybody. Everybody's not so aware. Ain't you buy you from the, for $1 more B? I got your I pray God for you. Ain't you mine you, though, I pray God for at the same time. You say what? I said I pray God for you. You thank God for me. But aren't you the actress? I was caught up in magazine reading all kind of stuff. In that same year, a Facebook user named London also wrote an account on social media where she talked about running into Maia all of the time in Atlanta, asking for help, but not realizing who the woman was until much later. London noted that every time she would stop by a specific Texaco gas station, she would encounter a woman who would constantly ask her for money and a ride. And despite the requests, their correspondences would mostly be pleasant. The woman would compliment her and even tell her that she should consider being an entertainment. For some time, London said that she felt that the woman looked familiar, but she couldn't pinpoint where she may have seen her. But she did know for sure, though, that the woman did not belong among those begging for money. Apparently, it wasn't until Valentine's Day that London encountered the woman at a different place and finally decided to tell her that she looked familiar. According to London, Maia told her that she'd probably seen her before on a few TV shows and in music videos of the 90s, and she thought she was joking until Maia pulled out her phone and began showing her pictures of herself before she became completely strung out. London also said that Maia asked her not to take a picture of her because on that specific day she was high and not presentable.